Acha, now let's get to our business presentation. Our business presentation is important. How many people once again did their business presentation already? Wonderful, awesome. And how many are in line to do this? How many जिनका नंबर आया हुआ है पर अभी करनी बाकी है? Right? Awesome. Right? So tell the joint secretary that you must do your business presentation right away. Tell them कि मेरी अब बारी. I am always on standby. मैं तैयार हूँ. I'm ready at the drop of a hat. You know why? क्योंकि last minute पर cancellations होती हैं. And then the joint secretary is running around लोगों को convince कर रहे होते हैं. Please आप ले लो, please आप ले लो, please आप ले लो. And then उनके mind में जब होएगा ना कि अगला तो हमेशा तैयार है, then you will always get a chance. You will always get a chance. अपने business का कोई एक aspect पकड़ के उसके बारे में बोलना शुरू कर दो. You will always get a chance. And if you want to be ready in 5 minutes, I'm going to teach you a few things right now that are going to get you ready for your business presentation in 5 minutes. Are you ready? Yes? Okay. Here's the first one. Always remember the ABCs. The ABCs, A stands for audience. B stands for body language. And C is so unimportant कि मैं उसकी बात ही नहीं करूँगा. C is your content. It is absolutely the least important thing. I'm not saying it is not important. I'm saying it's the least important. Why? You see, you have to mesmerize them with the first two. The C is just stuff that you can just the fillers. You see, in the presentation, if you put the audience right in the focus, okay, it has to be about your audience. Then you know what? Then it makes a lot of sense. Acha, by the way, in your business presentation, don't think of your audience as your fellow Tajurba members, because that's a big mistake. Think of them as customers. How would you educate your customers? Think about that. Do it like that. Not entirely like that, because you will not ask your customers, ये मेरे asks हैं, because we'll come to that later, but बाकी सारा, it's exactly like that. How would you educate your customers? You would not tell your customers कि ये मेरा favorite food दाल मखनी है, I've been blessed with 2 kids and I'm married to a lovely lady so and so. But business presentations में वो चीज़ें डालते हैं लोग. Why? I don't know. You wouldn't tell that to your customers. Everything you do, just wonder, would I tell this to my customers? And everything you do is just that easy. Would I tell this to my customers? If the answer is yes, that's your business presentation. Right? Audience is so important. Audience में एक और चीज़ बहुत ज़रूरी है कि you want to make them involved in your presentation. So ask questions, get to know them, ask their needs, do that in the business presentation. Get your audience nodding along with you. आप उनको जब questions पूछोगे ना, when you tell them things like, when you ask them things like, by the way, have you ever felt that you were in need of a helping hand and लोग हाथ ऊपर करेंगे जैसे यहाँ, your audience, if you're in business, your customer will not put up their hand, but they'll nod along with you, right? So आपसे मैंने आज कितनी बारी हाथ ऊपर कराए हैं फिलहाल? काफी बारी कराए हैं? Several times. Yes. आपको मैंने कितनी बारी हंसाया है?
20.
Several times, right? आपको मैंने कितनी बारी कुछ words repeat कराए हैं आपसे मैंने?
Oh no.
कितनी काफी बारी, right? I've done this a lot of times. Why? Yes, audience involvement. देखो मैं अपनी ना पूरी strategy अब आपके सामने खोल रहा हूँ. With the risk कि आप मेरे बारे में less सोचेंगे. Risking कि you will not think as highly of me. Risking कि you think यार ये तो हमारे पर techniques use कर रहा था. Oh. But you see, you are so important to me that I would rather tell you my techniques than you go and do something that does not involve audience connect. I want you to connect with the audience so badly कि मैं आपको अपने पूरी techniques बता दूंगा अभी. And in fact, I can email you my entire techniques. One time I gave Suresh ji a handout. आपको याद है the ABCs of presentations? If anybody ever wants that from me, अगर आपके पास आज pen drive है, I'll give it to you today. Otherwise, just mail me, just drop me a mail. Gulraj, वो कहाँ है आपका mail? Then I'll just mail that to you. Just send me a blank email. Handouts, please, and I'll send you those handouts. They're divided into 3 handouts, 10 points each, A, B, and C. A is the most important. It's how to connect with the audience. Audience connect में ना एक चीज़ बहुत ज़रूरी है कि you make them laugh and you make them go along. चलो वो बात बाद में करेंगे in the thing. अच्छा, now let's get to B. Body language में the most important thing is you must smile. You must smile while giving your presentation. Hell, you must smile till it hurts. इतनी स्माइल करो कि घर जाके ना अपने स्पाउस को बोलो कि जी प्लीज मेरे गालों को प्लीज मसाज कर दो, आज बहुत दर्द हो रही है, आज मसल्स बहुत यूज किए हैं जो कभी यूज ही नहीं किए थे मैंने. You see, a lot of us have a very smiling face, a lot of us don't have a smiling face. Presentations में it's important that you have that beautiful ear to ear smile, because smiling sells. Write this down. Smiling sells. हाँ जी. No, I told you a few things before. आपने ध्यान नहीं दिया. Flogging भी था. इनकी flogging करते हैं ऐसे. All right. So, Dale Carnegie ने बोला. Who was Dale Carnegie, by the way? Who has heard of Dale Carnegie? Put up your hand. Wonderful. क्या किताब लिखी थी Dale Carnegie ने? How to win friends and influence. Yes. How to win friends and influence people. मेरे डिक्की में पड़ी है अगर किसी को चाहिए. I always carry copies of this बांटने के लिए, like the King of Oman. Right. So Dale Carnegie in his famous book How to Win Friends and Influence People, he said, people that smile, likho. People that smile, Dale Carnegie said, people that smile tend to teach, manage and sell better. Dale Carnegie said, people that smile tend to teach, manage and sell better. Now, when you're giving your business presentation, are you ever teaching anything? Yes, of course. आप सिखा रहे हैं अपने business के बारे, right? Do any of you have to manage anything in life? Yes, we all do, right? We have to manage so many things. We have to manage our employees, our customers, our staff. We have to manage our time, our finances, घर में our spouses, our mother-in-laws. We have to manage so many things, right? And do we as entrepreneurs ever have to sell anything? we're always selling. हम sell कर थक चुके हैं. जान निकल चुकी है sell कर. People that smile tend to teach, manage and sell better. And Dale Carnegie ने ये चीज़ बोली थी in his famous book How to Win Friends and Influence People, written in 1936. Imagine, my father gave me this book when I was 14 years old. He said, बेटा ये किताब पढ़ो, it'll change your life. वो हर चीज़ के बारे में ये कहते थे, बेटा ये करो, it'll change your life. ये करो, च्यवनप्राश खाया करो, it'll change your life. ये करो, everything is going to change my life. But this book, and he said मेरे पापा ने मुझे दी थी when I was 14 years old. वो पता नहीं कितनी कहानियाँ बताते थे. He used to make up all sorts of stories. मुझे कहते एक दिन कहते हैं मैं ना बेटा तुम्हारी मम्मी के घर जाया करता था जब वो बिल्कुल बच्ची थी, जब हमारी शादी नहीं हुई थी. मैं कहता और मैं हमेशा कहती थी अंकल मेरे लिए टॉफी लाए हो. All sorts of stories he used to make up, and this was so I didn't know whether that was a complete false story that he told me. And ये वाली I still have doubts till this date कि अगर उनके पापा ने उनको ये कभी दी थी कि नहीं किताब when he was 14, but he gave it to me when I turned 14, and the book did change my life, and I know it'll change yours. This is the second most sold book of all times. Can you believe it? This book is the second most sold book of all time. Nobody's curious what is the most sold book of all time? The Bible. The Bible is the most sold book of. This book is second only to the Bible. Imagine this Dale Carnegie guy was not a fool. He knew what he was saying. People that smile, you must smile a lot. This is that most important thing about body language. The second most important thing about body language is you must walk around. You can't be stationed in one place. One time I was in a business presentation, somebody was doing their presentation, and ना उसने क्या किया कि laptop यहाँ था. Typically we have a room that is like a inverted U, जिसमें हमारी the heads are sitting on one end and presentation दूसरी side पर हो रही होती है ना. So the person was standing next to his presentation, laptop से देख रहा है, पूरा time ऐसे बोल रहा है. And he was not a skinny guy, by the way. He was a very oversized guy with a pot belly, and he's doing this the whole time. ऐसे ऐसे बोल रहा है. I mean, that is one extreme. And then after seeing that, I told the next presenter कि please वो मत करना. So there was 2 presentations that day. So I told the next presenter कि वो चीज़ मत करना, walk around. उनके कान में बोल दिया कि वो क्या कर रही है. हाँ बड़ा funny लग रहा है. तो I said आप पता क्या करना, आप you walk around. So उन्होंने क्या किया, हाँ ठीक है गुलराज, I will do it. And he started walking around like this. I swear to God, this is exactly what he did. He started walking around like this, the whole क्योंकि he was from the army, so he's walking around like this. पूरी presentation ऐसे दे रहे हैं. And I'm thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? So when you walk around, you have to be sensible about it. About half a meter per second, stroll around casually. जैसे मच्छर की तरह ना, एक लेथा मच्छर, lazy मच्छर, you're just strolling around casually. And why a मच्छर? क्योंकि मच्छर random directions जा रहा होता है. कभी यहाँ जा रहा है, you have no idea where he's going to go next. मक्खी का तो पता होता है कि क्या कर रही है ना. मच्छर randomly पता नहीं अपने मूड में होता है. So do be a मच्छर. काटना मत किसी को. Just walk around like this. Half a meter per second, just like this. Just like this. You know what happens? What happens is that people are interested in what you're doing, but if you're walking too fast, they're getting confused. But if you're just strolling casually, walking from chair to chair, going behind somebody, किसी के shoulders massage कर रहे हो, just being casual, walking around, कभी leaning against a table, कभी making a point, कभी table के side पर बैठ के making a point, right? In this type of room, this is more easier. In that U-shaped room, it's a little more complicated because you're in the middle, you're in the well, right? उस वक्त. So, but still walk around. The last thing you want to do is be next to your computer. In fact, मेरी अगर बिजनेस प्रेजेंटेशन हो ना, मैं कंप्यूटर को लेके जितना मैं कमरे के बीच में आ सकता हूँ ना, I would come. Because that's your zone. Don't go near the projector, don't go near the screen. You don't need to point out things at the screen. Usually people just stand around the screen. That's not charismatic. It's charismatic when you walk around. And when you walk around, go all the way to the end where the heads are sitting, where the leadership team is sitting. उनको पीठ करो क्योंकि भगवान तो है नहीं, right? And then look towards and then talk to the other side of the room. And then, so you can do anything you want. Right? So it's important that you're covering the whole room. Your whole body should speak. That's so important. So the third thing about body language is eye contact. It is not eyes contact. It is eye contact. आई कॉन्टैक्ट क्या होता है? ऑफन पीपल थिंक आईज कॉन्टैक्ट. मैं कहता हूँ ना लोगों को मेक गुड आई कॉन्टैक्ट. वो ना लोगों की आंखें देखनी शुरू कर देते हैं, बट हियर्स अ प्रॉब्लम, दे डोंट नो हाउ टू लुक, दे डोंट नो व्हाट आई टू सी. वो दोनों आंखों को देखना शुरू कर देते हैं एंड दे गेट कंफ्यूज्ड. दोनों आंखें देख रहे होते हैं, एक आंख पकड़ो एंड फॉल इन लव विद दैट वन. ठीक है? Which eye? Now the question is which eye? हाँ जी, एक हो सकती है बीच की आंख, ठीक है, हम अगर वो जो अर्जुन की, हाँ जी, but there's a particular, out of the two, if you had to pick one eye, which eye? This is the important thing, and you're never going to learn this anywhere. आपको eye contact की किताब उठानी पड़ेगी ये सीखने के लिए. And I have picked up many books, so you don't need to pick them up. You know which eye? The left eye. It's always the left eye. You always pick people's left eye and look at people's left eye. अब मुझे इतनी आदत होगी ना लोगों की left eye देखने की. And why the left eye, you must wonder. Does anybody know? For the prize जो सुरेश जी sponsor करेंगे, why the left eye? And
weaker one?
It's the weaker. Could be that's almost the reason.
But the lefty की वो right है.
Lefty की तो right eye.
Left नहीं, lefty righty नहीं. Actually, you've heard of the left brain, right brain theories? Yes. Which is the true theory. Right brain and left brain होते हैं हम सब. The left brain is the logical brain, and the right brain is the emotional brain. The right brain is actually in charge of the left eye. हमें जब हम कुछ बेच रहे होते हैं ना, we're appealing to the person's emotions. So left eye को पकड़ो क्योंकि the left eye has that pathway to the right brain, the emotional brain, right? आप कहोगे नहीं पर आंखें तो इकट्ठी चलती हैं. That's a different system in the eyes. चलती इकट्ठी है, but the right eye appeals to the left brain and the left eye appeals to the right brain. We want to approach the right brain. So हमेशा left eye लोगों की पकड़ो. In time you get used to it. नहीं तो अगर आप दोनों आंखें देखने की शुरू कर दोगे ना, you'll be confused कि eye contact कैसे करना है. अच्छा, eye contact की एक चीज़ है कि when you're walking around, look at everybody but look at no one. Because if you get stuck looking at one person, everybody sees this in the audience. आपने कभी ऐसी स्पीच देखी है जिसमें बोलते बोलते बंदा और बंदी एक जने की तरफ देख के ना ज़्यादातर उन्हीं से बातें करते रहते हैं? Have you seen this? Yeah, it happens. Men do this if they're very conscious कि there's some pretty lady sitting on the other side. वो ना फिर इतने conscious हो जाते हैं, एक ही तरफ देख रहे होते हैं, एक बंदे को पकड़ के ना उसके साथ बातें करनी शुरू. They don't know it, but everybody sees this. हाँ जी. So just if you have a habit of doing something silly like that, just be mindful of yourself. Okay, you have to look around the whole room. Don't ignore anybody, but don't look at anybody. If somebody is wearing, let's say, a bright pink shirt, and आप fixate हो गए उनकी pink shirt पर, then you know then everything is gone out the window. So you have to be very careful about what you're doing, right? So look at everybody, but look at nobody. Start a sentence off with one person, finish it off with another, and then start another one and finish off whatever works for you. Look around the whole room, walk from person to person. जिसकी तरफ आप नहीं भी देख रहे हो ना, even that, suppose in the back Tarun is sitting and he's wondering कि मेरी तरफ नहीं देख रहे हैं, but फिर भी Tarun is feeling कि yes, but he's looking at us. He's देखो हमारे साथ बात कर रहे हैं, eye contact. You look, he's talking to the audience, he's talking to us. He knows कि I cannot get around to him, but he feels कि yes, look, he's talking to all of us. So it doesn't matter who you're talking to, but generally go around the room and do it at a soft pace so that nobody gets confused, and look at everybody's eyes, but you're not looking at anybody, but everybody feels you're looking at everybody.
Actually जो politician masses को face करते हैं वो ये practice follow.
Yeah, absolutely. Be a politician. Be a politician. All right. Have a lot of humor in your talk. Now we get to the C. Have a lot of humor in your talk. You know why? Who has ever watched a TED Talk? How many people have ever watched a TED Talk? Good. Almost all of us have watched TED Talk. The top 10 TED Talks of all time, 9 of them are really funny. The one that is not funny, वो किसी Indian ने बोली थी. It's not funny, but it still made it in the top 10. You see, humor is a way to engage the audience. Humor is a way to keep people interested in what you're saying. And if you're not a funny talker, I by nature, honestly speaking, I'm not a comedian by any standards. I'm a rather boring person. मेरे साथ अगर अभी कभी 1-to-1 करोगे ना, आप इतना बोर हो जाओगे, आप एक फांसी ढूंढोगे कि मैं अपने आप को मार देता हूँ. This guy bored me to death. I'm usually like that. I'm not an interesting guy. But when I speak, the magic starts because I know I don't want to bore my audience. And so over time you will understand how to be funny, you will understand, and I will teach you even that. दो तरीके actually, I'll teach you one of them now. मैंने एक दिन ना एक किताब ढूंढी. It's called Do You Talk Funny? The book is called Do You Talk Funny? And it taught me how to make my speeches funnier. So that was a very important book. It's a small book, easy read. Didn't take me more than 2-3 hours to finish that book, but very interesting book. Amazon पर मिलती है. And the second way I'll explain to you in a minute. Achha, the next thing is Do You Talk Funny? Yeah, I don't remember the author, but it's a nice book. The next thing is that you have to have success stories in your business presentation. ज़रूरी है कि नहीं है?
Right, sir.
Right, absolutely. He said it, not me. देखो, he said it. देखो, क्योंकि success stories दूसरों की credibility को leverage करती हैं. अगर अगले ने खरीदा तो इसका मतलब ठीक ही होएगा. Right? Now, in your business presentation, have at least 2, probably 3 success stories. And कैसे करना है आपने कि you can even choose to explain what you do through a success story. कि आप कह रहे हैं कि देखो, I do 3 types of things. Here's the first one. जैसे in tours and travels, we do 3 types of things. We do corporate getaways, है ना? And this is an example of this. By the way, ये देख कर ना मुझे याद आया. Do we have time for a story? पूरा planted है, by the way. हाँ, मुझे याद है एक बार ना हम ये Genpact वाले को ले गए थे. And ऐसे हुआ. So that's a success story. सारे सोचे और Genpact को ले गए थे. Wow, that's a big company. So, and then you talk about, let's say, we have over 500 destinations over India. ऐसे एक बार ना क्या हुआ, अग्रवाल साहब आए हमारे पास, and he said कुछ बहुत ही fancy करना है. हमने नहीं जानना सदर बाजार या चांदनी चौक, हमें कुछ fancy जगह जाना है. Right? So, you know, that's you throw in success stories like that. You work them into your product. You don't say, okay, so now I'm going to tell you 3 stories. No. You have to be natural about it. When you're talking about a product, build it in there. कि एक बारी क्या हुआ? Because it's a story. A story starts off with once upon a time. बट हम एडल्ट्स हैं तो वी डोंट यूज वंस अपॉन अ टाइम, वी जस्ट हैव अ मोर इंटरेस्टिंग वे टू से द स्टोरी. हमारे एक क्लाइंट थे, that's a way to start the story. or Mr. So start off a success story, get it in any way. Once upon a time तो हमने कोई fairy tale तो बतानी नहीं है, but make sure you have at least 2 success stories. I use about 3 in my presentations. Why? Because others' credibility is my credibility. अगर अगलों ने like किया, that's social proof and everybody likes that. Part of your presentation is your intro. Is it about 1 minute? 1 minute, ठीक है. 1 minute is about 150 words, not more than that. ठीक है. उमा जी को about 1 minute लगा मेरी इंट्रोडक्शन पढ़ने में, and I actually made sure कि when my staff sent it to me to send to her, मैंने कल उनको मेल किया, all I did, I didn't see कि लिखा क्या है मेरे स्टाफ ने. I just did a word count. word में आ जाता है ना MS Word में word count. So word count check किया, it was under 150 words, it was 146. I mailed it. I printed it out because you don't want to have an elaborate introduction. Introduction में 2-3 चीज़ें आपको नहीं चाहिए. Like I said, आपको अपने फेवरेट फूड्स नहीं बताने हैं, आपको अपने स्पाउस और अपने बच्चों के बारे में नहीं बताना. Why not? Because somebody might say नहीं बट ये ज़रूरी है कि अगला हमें जान लेगा ना, अगला हमें पहचान. वो KMGMs के लिए रखो प्लीज़, ठीक है. KMGMs में अपने बच्चों को भी मिला दो उनसे. अंकल देखो, you have to use only credibility builders in here. Only credibility builders in here. Go from one credibility builder to another, to another, to another. That is your intro. That is your intro. And your intro is also a good place to put in stuff from your presentation जो आप सोचते हो कि इसको presentation में नहीं डालना चाहिए. Right? There could be something in your presentation. You might say, presentation में यार इतना time नहीं है ये सब कहने का, तो इसको intro में डाल लेते हैं. उसको ना आप you see, your intro, your presentation and your Q&A are actually all one thing. It's one thing, उसको बस हम अलग एंगल से देख रहे हैं. So it looks like 3 things, but it's just one thing. It's just a sandwich जिसको हम इकट्ठा खाएंगे. Your intro, your presentation and your Q&A. कई चीज़ें हैं जो आप कहोगे यार इसको presentation में नहीं डालते, इसको intro में डालेंगे. कई चीज़ें हैं इसको presentation में नहीं डालेंगे, इसको Q&A में डालेंगे. And you might be wondering, उसको हम Q&A में कैसे डालेंगे? Well, there is a way, and I will get to that in a second. But intro में, it should not be your life story. It should be credibility builders. And one other thing, जब intro पढ़ी जा रही होती है ना, I see this mistake a lot of people make, and I made this for about 1 second, but मैं मजबूर था. intro पढ़ी जा रही होती है ना, लोग क्या कर रहे होते हैं, अपना PowerPoint लोड कर रहे होते हैं. अच्छा मेरी पेन ड्राइव 1 मिनट इसको लोड कर दो, चेक कर रहे होते हैं, अपना सब देख रहे होते हैं. That is just another name of insanity. Please don't do that. That should have been done beforehand. You should be conscientious enough to realize कि लोग अपना चेक कर लो, सब कुछ कर लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो, before the meeting starts. Come early, do those things before the meeting. And you know what you have to do before the meeting? You have to practice before the meeting. When your intro is being read, आपने क्या करना है, एक सुंदर सी स्माइल लेके ना ऐसे खड़े हो जाओ. Your intro is being read by somebody and you're like, this is what you have to do. Actually, I'm not just making you believe something wrong. This is what you have to do. You stand politely and you acknowledge what is being read. You acknowledge the reader, because उस वक्त ना everybody is thinking about you. Wow, और आप लोग कंप्यूटर पर यार चल क्यों नहीं रही, उतार चेक करो, उस आपकी इंट्रो पढ़ी जा रही है. They're going to be looking at you making a clown show of yourself. That's not what you're supposed to. You have to look charismatic at that point. Intro पढ़ी जा रही है, you come and stand at the front, or you just stand at the side politely and acknowledge everything. That's the way to do it, charismatically, and importantly that you are giving yourself that importance कि देखो मेरे बारे में बोला जा रहा है. Now your presentation कितने मिनट की होती है? Forget that. कितने? 8 minutes. Finish it in 7 minutes. I try to finish it in 6. Finish it in 7 minutes. Q&A 8 minutes extra होता है ना? ठीक है. Finish it in 7. Why? Because there's a chance that you might go over 8 minutes. देखो घर में आपने प्रैक्टिस किया है, and अगर घर में आप 7 मिनट में ख़त्म कर सकते हो ना, then in real life you might be able to finish it in 8 minutes. होता क्या है कि रियल लाइफ में ना things get more interesting. We have more audience connect. We wait till people are finished laughing. अगर कोई बीच में अगर everybody is clapping for you, you're not going to just keep on speaking like you were in the demo at home. You're going to wait for those things. अगर आपने किसी को कुछ पूछने के लिए बोला है क्रेडिबिलिटी के लिए कि एक बारी हमने एक बहुत अच्छी ऑफ साइट की थी जिसमें मिस्टर मिगलानी ने हमें इनवाइट किया था, तो मोजी बताएंगे इसके बारे। एंड इनको मैंने बोला हुआ 15 सेकंड के लिए बोलना, ठीक है। शुरुआत में इनको बोला था कि 15 सेकंड के लिए वो एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बोलना, एंड उन्होंने ले लिया पूरा मिनट। हो जाता है, आपके बारे तारीफ कर रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं, पूरा मिनट ले लिया इन्होंने। What do you do? Then you'll go over your limit. You don't want to do that, right? So you want to hit it at the mark. So keep it short because you don't want to take any chances in this. So you can even change this to 5 minutes. Finish it in 5 minutes. I would. There's an easy structure. शुरुआत में 1 मिनट में अपने बारे बताओ, 3 फिर आपकी सक्सेस स्टोरीज आएंगी जिसमें अपने बारे और बता रहे हो, 3 मिनट हो गए, देन योर आस्क्स 1-2 मिनट के वो हो गए, 5 मिनट आपके पूरे हो गए। दैट्स योर प्रेजेंटेशन। टेल देम अबाउट योरसेल्फ ओनली इन 1 मिनट। 1 मिनट में अगर अपना धंधा नहीं समझा पाए ना किसी को, यू आर नॉट इन द राइट बिजनेस। दैट मीन्स यू आर कंफ्यूज, यू आर फम्बलिंग, स्टम्बलिंग एंड यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन टू मच। क्योंकि मोस्ट पीपल यू नो व्हाट दे डू इन देयर प्रेजेंटेशन। अगर कोई सपोज सोशल मीडिया की प्रेजेंटेशन करने आया, लेट्स से पिछली बारी विलेंडर ने हमारे ईगल्स में की थी, एंड ही डिड अ गुड जॉब। यू नो व्हाई? क्योंकि मैंने उसको झाड़ा था। ये क्या हुआ? बैग बच रहा है इनका। ओह नो, भागो, गो सेव योरसेल्फ। तो हुआ क्या, 75 रेडी है इनके लिए, लंच टाइम इनको खाना नहीं देंगे, हम ब्रेकफास्ट नहीं देंगे। सो हुआ क्या कि ना, he gave me a demo, अभी यहाँ नहीं है, so we'll talk behind his back. So he gave me a demo before the presentation, about 2 hours before, and he was explaining what social media is about. We know what social media does. हमें पता है। He said social media होता है, Google में होता है, Twitter में होता है, Facebook में होता है, ये होता है, वो होता है, ये भी social media, ये भी We know. Who doesn't know what social media is? I said get to the point. बाकी तो हमें सब पता है। We know what your business is. We want to know how you do it incredibly. We know how you do it differently. We want to know how your success is. We know what your business is. Everybody is smart enough to know those things.
That presentation came out excellent.
Excellent. His presentation, he nailed it. Wow.
He got clients from that.
Yeah, he nailed his presentation. I loved it. I loved his presentation. Now, have you heard of this phrase called death by PowerPoint? I'll tell you. You've seen it, right? I've experienced that too. I've come back from the dead many times, sitting in PowerPoint presentations with my head on the table. ये क्या हो रहा है? PowerPoint में ना 2-3 चीजें आपने नहीं करनी है. Do not have animations in your PowerPoints, and nobody does anymore. वो पुराने दिन गए. Do not reveal things one by one. होता है ना जैसे कि भगवान जी के दर्शन हम धीरे धीरे खोलेंगे, line by line आ रहा है, line by. Do not make those mistakes. Line by line PowerPoint आजकल कोई नहीं reveal करता. It is frustrating. We're not children. इसलिए मैं आपके साथ वो चीज कर नहीं रहा हूँ. And in PowerPoint, less is more. Everybody say this with me. Let's say this with me as a group. Okay, let's say it together. Less is more. Less is more. Less is more. Less is more. PowerPoint में less is more, and PowerPoint में keep it simple. You are the presentation. You are the PowerPoint. You don't need that. That's just to सोचे चलो कुछ बना के लाया अगला. That's it. ये खाली हाथ नहीं आया जी. हमारी इतनी इज्जत रखी है कि 2 स्लाइड्स से बना के लाया ना. Look at my slides. They're 1-2 words each. इतनी एनोरेक्सिक में मेरी स्लाइड्स कि मुझे चीजें डालने में तजुर्बा का लोगो डालना पड़ा एंड में. कुछ तो हो इसमें. कुछ नहीं होता मेरी स्लाइड में. Otherwise I've seen people fill up the page. बहुत सारा लिखते हैं. या वो ऐसे पढ़ रहे होते हैं. यार हम नहीं पढ़ सकते. यार बांट तो ये हमें ईमेल कर देते हैं, इससे बेटर वी कैन रीड इट. हमें पढ़ रहे होते हैं ऐसे वर्ड फॉर वर्ड. नो, अगर वर्ड फॉर वर्ड आपने पढ़ना है तो दैट्स अ बिग मिस्टेक. बट अगर आपने पढ़ना है ना तो डू इट इन अ वे के लगे कि अगला कहे कि ये पढ़ तो रहे हैं पर ये ही इज ऑल ओवर द प्लेस, एंड डू इट इन एन इंटरेस्टिंग वे. सो डोंट रीड इट. द टिपिकल रूल फॉर PowerPoint इज नॉट मोर देन 5 bullets up there. पहली बात तो राइट इन बुलेट्स, कोई हिस्ट्रीज नहीं लिखनी वहां. राइट इन बुलेट फॉर्म एंड नॉट मोर देन 5 words per bullet. ठीक है, टोटल 25 वर्ड्स हो गए हमारे. नो मोर देन दैट प्लीज. आई यूजली डू विद 2 or 3 words. मेरे 2-3 वर्ड से ज्यादा नहीं होते हैं. Another thing is, in your presentation, since you have PowerPoint, please do not have a paper to read from. Do not have a paper to read from. PowerPoint में ना एक बहुत अच्छी चीज़ होती है कि आपको जो यहाँ दिख रहा है and मुझे जो दिख रहा है फ़र्क है. You know that, right? मुझे दिख रहा है something called presenter's view, जिसमें ना I can put over here, I'm once again showing you my strategy because you're so important to me. यहाँ मेरे फर्रे होते हैं, मेरे फर्रे होते हैं. When I got here today, Anant asked me कि would you need a remote? पूछा था ना आपने would you need a remote? And I said God no. This is the worst thing you can have. I'll tell you, ये बड़ा महंगा रिमोट है. It's not a cheap remote by the way. 1800 या 2000 रुपए का रिमोट होता है ये कम से कम. Maybe more, I might be mistaken. You never have one. I have 2 of these. मेरी गाड़ी की डिक्की में पड़े हैं. I have never used them. कभी मैंने रखे हुए हैं, किसी और को चाहिए वो प्रेजेंटेशन के टाइम में, मैं कहूँगा मैं डिक्की से ले आता हूँ. That's all the reason I have it for. Now, why not to use them is because उनका फायदा क्या होता है कि आप दूर खड़े होकर स्लाइड्स चेंज कर सकते हो. Right? Benefit? Right? So you look all cool and fancy. I choose something different. I choose to go to my laptop. बातें करते करते I will choose to go to my laptop and बातें करते करते ना मैंने थोड़ा सा वहाँ नज़र मार ली. देख रहा हूँ कि भैया कुछ भूल तो नहीं गए हो. and then मैं फिर यहाँ आया and जो मैंने नज़र मार लिया ना, सोचा यार वो पॉइंट तो मैं कहना ही भूल रहा था. मैं यहाँ आया, यहाँ खड़े खड़े होके फिर मैंने वो पॉइंट बोला. आपको आइडिया ही नहीं है कि मैंने वहाँ नज़र मारी, नहीं तो मैं वहाँ जाके उस पॉइंट को देखता एंड कहता एंड ऑल्सो सबको पता होता चीटिंग कर रहा है. मैं तो यहाँ मैं वहाँ देख रहा हूँ, यहाँ देख रहा हूँ, कहीं भी देख रहा हूँ. राइट? सो यूज प्रेजेंटर्स व्यू फॉर दैट. एंड देन व्हाट आई विल डू, रिमोट से नहीं करूँगा, देन आई विल यूज माई कीबोर्ड और माई टच स्क्रीन टू गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. एंड अगर कोई पॉइंट मैं भूल गया हूँ ना, तो मैं क्या करूँगा कि before I talk about this, one other thing from that topic we were talking about before, है ना, लगेगा बड़ा नेचुरल. किसी को क्या पता कि मैं वो पॉइंट अभी देख के आया हूँ. अब उस पॉइंट के बारे में बोलूँगा. फिर मैंने इस स्लाइड के भी फर्रे देख लिए बाय द वे, इसके भी मुझे पता है क्या क्या बोलना है. यू सी, यू हैव टू यूज दोज थिंग्स बिकॉज यू डोंट वांट टू फॉरगेट. वहाँ क्या होता है, दिस इज नॉट योर होम जहाँ आपने अच्छी प्रैक्टिस की है. वहाँ यू लूज ट्रैक. समबडी इज वेयरिंग अ वेरी नाइस स्कार्फ, यू गेटिंग डिस्ट्रैक्टेड. उस वक्त आपको पूरा भूल गया आपकी प्रेजेंट. अब कह रहे ये स्क्रीन क्या था यार, ये मैंने लिखा है, इसमें क्या कहना था मैंने. And then you're casually looking here and बोले. Presenter's view is very important. उसमें भी ना font बड़ा छोटा कर सकते हो. And for God's sake उसमें paragraphs ना लिख के आना, because you have to be able to read it like this. You have to be reading it very quickly because you don't want to make that mistake. So अच्छा, in your presentations pictures are super important. यहाँ मैं pictures नहीं दिखा रहा हूँ क्योंकि I don't need to. But in your business presentation we want to see visuals. We want to see visuals. We want to see client sites. We want to see, you don't say कि we have 500 destinations. You put in some little कुछ ना कुछ 2-4 destinations दिखाएं. Say these are 4 of my favorite destinations. By the way, you can have your favorites as well because you have 500 to choose from. Right? That's the way to say it. मैं कहूँगा यार उनमें से मेरी भी एक हो सकती है, मैं भी वहाँ फैमिली के साथ जाऊँगा. अच्छा वो बच्चे खेल रहे हैं, मेरे बच्चे भी ऐसे खेल सकते हैं. This is what we want to see. And if you have words and paragraphs up there, nobody wants to see that. And nobody is going to say कि भैया क्या कर रहे हो. But they're going to be tuned off, by the way. PowerPoint किसका product है? Which company owns PowerPoint? Microsoft. Who owns Microsoft? Bill Gates or shareholders, but Bill Gates primarily owns. Bill Gates, arguably the pioneer of PowerPoint, in his TED talk, 38 slides. Do you know how many words he had? In his 38 slide PowerPoint, do you know how many words he had? 38. Huh? 38. Less than that, he had 18 words. In the whole presentation, he had 18 words and 38 slides. बाकी बस photos थे. He was using PowerPoint more like a slideshow. Imagine he was just saying things with images, and that was one of the greatest TED talks of all time. TED talk 18 मिनटों की होती है, 18 मिनटों में 18 words से पूरे PowerPoint में उसके. Imagine that. That was amazing. हाँ जी उमा जी.
It's also because pictures are the language of brain.
Yes.
So our brain functions in language of pictures. So it registers better.
आप 1 लाख साल पुरानी अगर केवमैन की अगर आप देखो, उन्होंने कोई वर्ड्स थोड़ा लिखे थे, उन्होंने ड्राइंग्स बनाई थी. राइट? आवर माइंड, वी बीन कम्युनिकेटिंग इन फोटोज एंड ड्राइंग्स फॉर 50,000 100,000 of years. Our evolution, our mind is tuned to that. We've been using PowerPoint for 18 years. Our minds are not used to words. Trust me. Reading and script was invented maybe 5,000, 3,000 years ago. PowerPoint was invented 18 years ago. Achha, the next thing you have to do for your presentation is you have to practice, practice, practice. And when you're done practicing, you have to practice, practice, practice. And when you're done again, then you have to practice, practice, practice. How many times should you practice your presentation? How many times?
More than last.
One time more than the previous. How many times? Now I'm no memory coach and my memory is really terrible. So, but how many times?
I said one time more than it is required.
One time more than it is required. But how much is it required? What is the amount of, how many times should you practice your business presentation before you give it in Tajurba? How many times? 10 times. 10 times. That's a good number. Anybody want to practice it more than 10 times? Anybody feel 10 times be enough nahi hai? Hanji madam.
I don't think, I think more than that.
How many times? Give me a number. Just say it with numbers.
15.
15, good. Who wants to practice more than 15 times? How many people think it's sensible to practice more than 15 times? Yes, Umaji, how many times? Give me a number.
Till I remember.
Till you remember. Number. Say it with number. Ambiguity nahi chhodni. Number batao.
20,
20,
30, 40,
20.
50.
Woohoo!
As many as.
Okay, 50. इससे ऊपर नहीं जाएंगे. Anand 50 तो बहुत है ना? Good.
66.
66. Root 66. अच्छा. So Anand is 66. For the rest of us, Umaji is right. It is 50. Practice your presentation 50 times. And if you think कि आपके साथ ज़्यादती हो रही है ना, तो आनंद महिंद्रा जो है ना, आनंद महिंद्रा requires anybody to come in his office is required to give a presentation has to practice it 80 times. 80 times. If he does not see documented proof कि आपने 80 times नहीं practice की ना अपनी 2 minute की pitch या 5 minute की pitch, he said, look, I don't have time for you. You know why? He doesn't want to waste time. He doesn't want to see people stammering and stumbling and fumbling and stuttering in his office. It looks uncharismatic. It is not acceptable. You must practice tremendously. And why should you practice? Because you see, honestly speaking, each 1 minute of your presentation requires about 1 to 2 hours of preparation. This is the actual rule of thumb. Each 1 minute of your talk requires 1 to 2 hours of preparation. 1 hour for seasoned speakers, because ये तो मेरा पेशा है, and 2 hours for novice and beginner speakers, क्योंकि उनका पेशा नहीं है. क्योंकि वहाँ जाके ना presentation में everything goes out the window. All logic goes for a toss. Now when you practice your presentation, there's many benefits. मैंने बोला था ना, make your presentation funny. After the 10th time Mukesh has practiced his presentation, 11वीं बारी ना, he will start to become bored. But his subconscious, you see, boredom leads to creativity. है कि नहीं?
Yes.
Boredom leads to creativity. His subconscious will start to say, यार ये तो boring हो रहा है, ये कहेंगे, and then it starts getting better and better and funnier. Then you start throwing in humor and jokes and stuff, क्योंकि even you're bored, तो boredom को compensate करने के लिए ना, you start making it funny. आपको अच्छी jokes पता नहीं कहाँ से याद आनी शुरू हो जाएंगी. And then the more you practice, the more you fine tune the jokes. A good comedian has to practice his jokes पूरी रात before a good stand-up comedy act. कि उसने 20-30 बारी तो उसने वैसे ही कह के प्रैक्टिस की, फिर पूरी रात प्रैक्टिस करेगा, क्योंकि जोक्स कहनी ना बहुत एक टाइमिंग की बात होती है. You can't goof up a joke, क्योंकि then it's not funny. If you don't get the delivery right, it's not funny. So that comes with a lot of practice. Your presentation is like a stand-up routine you have. It has to be nailed, and you have to practice it enough times. If you don't think I'm serious about 50 times, I'll tell you, the first time I did my business presentation in a networking group, I practiced it maybe 20-30 times and I fumbled. And then the next time मैंने वो गलती नहीं की. Then the next time I took that 50 advice of mine seriously and फिर कोई गलती नहीं की, and I nailed it, and the presentation was the all-time best presentation anybody had ever seen. Why? It was not कि मैं कोई महापुरुष हूँ. It was that I had just practiced it more than anybody else. That's it. There's no other reason for that.
So you practice in front of mirror or?
Yeah, you practice. I'll tell you how. Good question. You practice initially. You practice when you come up with your script. You practice your script. Then through the script you come up with PowerPoints. And then you practice with the PowerPoint and script, and then PowerPoint में ना आप फिर वो ये जो notes होते हैं ना, उसमें आप अपनी चीज़ें डालनी शुरू कर दोगे, जो ये section यहाँ होता है. इसमें आप अपनी नोट्स डालने शुरू कर दोगे, क्योंकि अब आपको स्क्रिप्ट रटी हुई है तो उसकी पहली लाइन के ना 2-3 वर्ड्स आप यहाँ डालोगे, एंड देन डॉट डॉट डॉट, एंड देन दूसरे पैराग्राफ के थोड़े 2-3 वर्ड्स डाल के डॉट डॉट डॉट, लाइक दैट यू आर गोइंग टू पुट इट लाइक दैट, एंड देन यू आर गोइंग टू प्रैक्टिस विद योर पावर पॉइंट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, क्योंकि देन यू गेट यूज्ड टू दिस। व्हेन यू सी दिस स्लाइड, अगर आपने वहाँ जो बुलेट पॉइंट्स लिखे हुए हैं ना अपने नोट्स में, उन्हीं से अगर आपने प्रैक्टिस की है ना, तो जब रियल लाइफ सिचुएशन होएगी ना, तो जैसे ही आपको ये स्लाइड दिखेगी एकदम आपका माइंड स्टार्ट्स टू रिकॉल दैट बाय एसोसिएशन। इफ यू डोंट बिलीव मी, आस्क आवर मेमोरी एक्सपर्ट, ही विल टेल यू, इट्स हिज स्टफ नॉट माइन, ये तो इनका डोमेन है। एंड देन यू विल स्टार्ट टू इमीडिएटली एसोसिएट दीज वर्ड्स विद दोज थिंग्स। एंड अगर एसोसिएट नहीं भी होते, आप यहाँ घूमते घूमते यू टेक एकदम पीक मारी एंड you know what you have to say, 2-3 words पढ़े वहाँ, you know what you have to say. So practice like that. When I practice in my house, we have 4 bedrooms, one for me and my wife, one for my son, one for my daughter, and the 4th one जहाँ कभी कभी मुझे सोना पड़ता है when I've been bad, that is my actual practice room. It's the guest bedroom that has hardly ever been used for guests. It is more to practice for me. तो सुबह सुबह हमारे घर के बाहर आके ना, अगर आपको 3 बजे सुबह लाइट ऑन लाइट दिखती है ना, that means Gulraj Singh Shahpuri has a presentation today and he's practicing today. This is what I do. मैं अपना लैपटॉप लेके तकिए सजाए होते हैं, and those are like people I'm talking to. So you tell me, Anand ji, आप मुझे बताओ, and this is the yellow colored takiya, and it's like, you know, I'm actually, this is, it's funny but it's true. This is actually what I do. I role play. I will role play all sorts of situations, and then I will get to the presentation room and I will practice some more. क्योंकि लाइव जगह पर प्रैक्टिस करना इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट व्हेन यू आर देयर, क्योंकि वो घर का एनवायरनमेंट एंड ये एनवायरनमेंट में फर्क है, एंड द एनवायरनमेंट इज इनफ टू थ्रो योर गेम ऑफ एंड यू विल गेट स्क्रूड. So you need to come to the room and you need to practice some more. And उस वक्त आपने 2-3 बारी वहाँ practice किया, while people are coming in and sitting and देख रहे हैं आप कर क्या रहे हो, and you say आज मेरी presentation है, don't disturb, and you're walking around the room and you're practicing like that, and you're looking at this and you're changing your slide by coming up to your laptop, you're doing all of those things, and then you are going to be awesome. It requires a lot of practice. 47 times at home and 3 times at the venue. Take it seriously. I'm not joking. Uma ji, practice का फायदा होता है कि नहीं? Uma ji has a success story. Put you on the spot. Tell me about a success story.
I had big fear of public speaking, and I was given an assignment because of my experience to teach various business owners and wannabe exporters how to start their export business and how to take it to next level if they were already exporting. Now in front of those 300 people I was supposed to speak, and I had never spoken a word. I had always been listening to other people presenting to me. I never had to present anybody my business the way we do nowadays. At our times we used to just go to the buyer's office and have a one-to-one talk, and it was sufficient. We had enough knowledge for our business, and our samples used to speak for us, and we used to book great orders. Now here it was that I had to deliver and empower them to take their business to next level, or to start an export business, and then of course make it a thriving business. And I was supposed to deliver that within say 1 hour. So first assignment 1 hour.
First speech of our life, 1 hour.
Never spoken for 3 seconds to somebody in that manner. Then I had to contact someone who is a great coach by himself.
Who was he?
And who is just now teaching you all. Mr. Shahpuri. A live testimonial for him. And all that I can speak now in front of you people is because of his knowledge and his training and his inputs.
And thank you very much, Uma ji. A big round of applause for her.
Thank you.
I just told her 3 things. I told her 3 things that would change her life. Would you like to know what those are?
Yes.
If you want to know, the first one was, Uma ji, you have to practice.
Yes.
You want to hear the second thing? Practice. Third one? Practice. All I told her. I did not teach her anything more than that. I did not say another word. I just said, just you got to practice. And she did, and she nailed it.
And one more thing.
Anji.
He said that everybody requires a lot of practice. Maybe you will require more. Maybe you will require like 40, 50 times. I said, I thought I'll be requiring 150 times. And he said, okay, then do it. Do 151 times.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Anand said, 1 time more. Yeah. And you nailed it. And you nailed it.
It
And
was
she,
awesome.
It was awesome. She had the best presentation that they've ever seen. Imagine that.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Acha. Now the next thing is you have to expect tech failures. हम जब मिले थे एक बार, आपको याद है, in this room over here when Eagles 2 was being inaugurated, how many people were there at that time?
I was the one.
You were there, absolutely. Yeah. So हुआ क्या कि मेरा प्रोजेक्टर, ये जो सुरेश जी प्रोजेक्टर लाए थे मेरे लैपटॉप के साथ, वो चल नहीं रहा था. आई डोंट नो कि मेरे लैपटॉप में प्रॉब्लम है, तार में प्रॉब्लम है, या प्रोजेक्टर में प्रॉब्लम है. सो पावर इश्यूज तो एक बात है, पावर इश्यूज तो हमेशा ही होते हैं, पर इस बार पावर इशू रिजॉल्व हो चुके थे, प्रोजेक्टर प्रॉब्लम. फिर शुरू हो गई मेडिटेशन. मैं अपनी गाड़ी की तरफ भाग रहा हूँ, एक तार लेके आ रहा हूँ, क्योंकि आई सेड ओके ये वाली तार से नहीं चल रहा, तो आई पुट इन अनदर डोंगल कि मेरे 2 पोर्ट हैं, दूसरे पोर्ट से चला रहा हूँ. एक HDMI से नहीं चला तो DVI पोर्ट से चला रहा हूँ, वो भी नहीं चला, गाड़ी की तरफ भाग रहा हूँ. आई ब्रॉट अनदर प्रोजेक्टर, मेरी डिक्की में एक प्रोजेक्टर होता है, ऑलवेज हैव अ प्लान बी. तो प्रोजेक्टर लेके आया, वो लगाया, फिर भी नहीं चला. इमेजिन. एंड देन फॉर सम गॉड फॉरसेकन रीजन इट वर्कड. आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई डिड, आई कैंट रिमेंबर क्या चीज थी. आई थिंक द प्रॉब्लम वाज माय लैपटॉप को रीबूट किया, देन इट वाज गिविंग द राइट आउटपुट. पर आप सोचो कि टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम थी. एंड आई केप्ट थिंकिंग, यार नहीं चलेगा तो क्या करूंगा, नहीं चलेगा तो क्या करूंगा. बट आई न्यू नहीं चलेगा तो क्या करूंगा, उसके बगैर मैं अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन करूंगा. राइट. एक्सपेक्ट technical problems. The technical problems can be manifold. It could be with the projector, it could be projector है ही नहीं उस दिन, it could be with the wire, it could be power, it could be your own laptop, it could be कि आपकी presentation खोली तो corrupt होगी, it could be कि आपने presentation बना के अगले को दी और कहता है कि ये किस फॉर्मेट में है, अगला यूज़ कर रहा है विंडोज़ और आपने बना के दी है उसमें जो मैक में दूसरा होता है ना, कौन सा, हाँ कौन सा प्रोग्राम होता है, नहीं मैक में एक प्रोग्राम होता है कीनोट में बना के दे दी और उसका पता नहीं था, पीडीएफ में दे दी. पीडीएफ में तो फिर ठीक से चलेगी नहीं unless you convert it. I also, this very presentation I have here, I brought in a pen drive. And this very presentation I have here, I brought in another pen drive that I keep in my wallet. I always have a plan B and a plan C, just in case. You never know. You never know what can go wrong, because you have to be careful. Better safe than sorry. अगर आपका गड़बड़ हो गई, ठीक है, ऑल हेल ब्रेक्स लूज, टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम आ गई आपको, होटल की लाइट्स चली गई या कुछ भी हुआ, इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू पुल ऑफ योर प्रेजेंटेशन इवन अंडर दोज सर्कमस्टेंसेस. जनाब को तो मैंने आधी रात को उठाया and shook him and he started giving his presentation to me. If you cannot pull off your presentation in those circumstances, you're not prepared. So whatever goes wrong, write this down, bounce back quickly. Another thing that's so important in your presentation is bring some brochures, bring some props. They create a lasting impression. मैं फिर धाड़ू एड़ा से निकला and मोहित जी ने ना मुझे एक बहुत अच्छा ब्रोशर दिया हुआ था अपने बारे. And you know what I did? When I got stuck at the toll booth, तो मैंने इनका ब्रोशर देखना शुरू कर दिया. And I told my son, would you like to go here? He said, yes, let's go. And me and my son have a plan now. छुट्टियों में, leaving his mother and his sister behind, हम दोनों जाएंगे. क्योंकि हम दोनों जाएंगे, because you know it just creates a lasting impression. But in the presentation, honestly, seeing is believing. अगर suppose आप switch gear में deal करते हैं and you're passing around some switch gear, even though people have no relation to that, they'll still, a lot of people learn kinesthetically by touching and feeling. So it's important. Now इनके vacations को तो हम touch feel नहीं कर सकते, but we can take a brochure with us. Right? My leadership speaking, you cannot touch and feel that, you can listen to it, but you can at least have a brochure to flip through. बेशक वो brochure आधे लोगों ने वहीं छोड़ देने हैं, तो collect कर लेना बाद में. आपका क्या जाता है? What goes of your papa? Take that with you. So
one waterproofing guy, he brought a lot of props that how his waterproofing works.
yes.
He got in that presentation 100 reference.
Wow, how waterproofing works, because he brought a prop.
Yeah.
Had he not brought a prop, it would not have been as good. Prop means just like something to show. So वो क्या लेके आए थे as a prop? Just a sample of some tar felt or something?
Things, chemicals, ये वो ये देखो कैसा हो जाता है, ये surface पे पोल कर दिया तब भी water नहीं जा रहा है. Showed all those things.
And वो screen पर दिखाते वो efficacy नहीं बनती है. Real life, this is the real deal. So it's important. अच्छा, concentrate on your asks. Your asks are so important. If anybody remembers chemistry, तो आपको इसमें जोक भी दिख रही होगी कि concentration का ये sign होता है. Concentrate on your asks. In your presentations, if you're not asking for business, we don't know what business to give you. I usually say people should have 3 types of asks. The first type of ask is, let's say आपका ग्लास का काम है ना जनाब, आए जी इनका ग्लास का काम है, तो ये बोलेंगे जी कि आई हैव 3 टाइप्स ऑफ आस्क। पहला आस्क मेरा ये है कि जी अगर आपके घर में या अगर आपके किसी दोस्त की कोई विंडोज़ की रिक्वायरमेंट है, कोई क्वेश्चन है आपका? अंग्रेजी ले रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो अगर आपकी कोई रिक्वायरमेंट है, कोई शीशा टूटा है तो जनाब हाजिर है, दैट्स माई फर्स्ट टाइप ऑफ आस्क, एंड उसमें आई विल गिव यू अ थैंक यू फॉर दैट। माई सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ आस्क ये पूछेंगे, माई सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ आस्क इज आप अगर मुझे किसी बिल्डर या किसी आर्किटेक्ट के साथ कनेक्ट करा दो ना, तो उनके जितने भी काम होंगे अगर बंदा करेगा तो मैं बहुत खुश फील करूंगा, एंड मैं आपको जिंदगी भर आपको मैं थैंक यूज देता रहूंगा। But that is my second type of ask. But मेरा एक third type of ask है, and this is the one that's most important to me. This is my, ये मेरी एक ड्रीम है, this is my dream ask. आप मुझे कभी ऐसा कोई बड़ा ऑर्डर दिलवाए ना, जैसे आप सोचे कि मैं भी नहीं कर सकूंगा, पर मैं आपको कभी लेट डाउन नहीं करूंगा। आप मुझे कोई टाउनशिप दिलवा दें या कोई बड़े डेवलपर के साथ कनेक्ट करा देना, वैसे तो हम भी घबरा जाएंगे कि हम कैसे करेंगे, पर हम क्रिएट कर लेंगे ऐसा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, एंड मैं क्या, मेरी आगे आने वाली पुश्तें भी आपको हमेशा थैंक यूज देती रहेंगी, राइट? सो दैट इज द थर्ड टाइप ऑफ, सो if you have 3 types of asks like this, then people understand how to connect you. Ask specifically, okay, does anybody have any connection these companies, these are the connects I'm looking for. If you know the L&D head, does anybody know the HR head, does anybody know anybody in these companies, do you have a chance? That's the type of ask. Spend about 1 or 2 minutes asking. नहीं तो अगर नहीं पूछा ना, you're doing yourself a disservice, and nobody is going to tell you then. Your Q&A is important. इसमें ना do me a favor, plant some questions, क्योंकि the most embarrassing thing is, okay, now we have time for some questions, who would like to ask some questions, and nobody puts up their hand. The best presentation, you were so thorough but nobody has any questions. उस वक्त आपकी वो नाक कटेगी ना, you will feel embarrassed, अगले embarrassed feel हो रहेंगे, यार कोई तो कुछ पूछे, right? And then अच्छी भली presentation, पूरी की पूरी सारा जादू उस वक्त खत्म हो गया। उस वक्त ना plant some questions and plant them with intelligent people, क्योंकि I've seen questions planted and अगला कहता है कि अच्छा I have a question, and पेपर उठा के चिट पढ़नी शुरू कर देता है। Do you do सारे लोगों को दो and उनको ठीक से कोच करो, right? Why plant questions? Because a lot of times in your presentation, your questions that you're asking, देखो अगर suppose I say okay, we have time for some questions, would anybody like to ask some questions? 2 planted हैं and 5 हाथ ऊपर हो गए, right? Which ones do you ask? Right? All of them? So maybe okay, how about you? इनको मैंने प्लांट नहीं किया, इन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा and great, it was a good question, but he is still not getting around to what I want to answer. कि जी आपने अपने रेट्स नहीं बताए अभी तक। That's a good question. Planted था, right? Because some things you can mention in the intro, some things you can mention in your presentation, and some things you mention in your Q&A. Your Q&A is just a part of your presentation. And in questions को हम क्या कहते हैं? We call them FAQs. These are frequently asked questions. So instead of, शायद शोभा नहीं देता हमें कि अपने रेट्स के बारे में बात करना कि ये जी मेरा टैरिफ कार्ड है, this is what I charge. Maybe it doesn't look good here. Maybe it looks better when somebody is asking. So that's a good way to put it. Now in all businesses these questions are not asked कि आपका रेट कार्ड क्या है, but in my business this is important कि गुलराज what do you charge, how expensive, मैं हूँ कोई फूड केटरिंग वाला है, people want to know कि यार can I afford you, right? ग्लास का we don't ask क्योंकि हमें पता है ग्लास कितने रुपए फुट होता है, नहीं तो क्योंकि it's a commodity, सारे तकरीबन सेम रेट 5 रुपए ऊपर नीचे बेच रहे होते हैं. What I do is not a commoditized business. Catering is not a commoditized business क्योंकि it's an experience. Right? So people want to know, okay, is this affordable? So those type of things you plant. Don't feel embarrassed about planting questions. Everybody does it. It's done for a reason. It's done strategically, and it's done so that the audience doesn't feel awkward. कोई question ही नहीं पूछा जा रहा.
Sometimes embarrassing question comes.
Oh yeah, sometimes embarrassing questions come. Sometimes if you don't ask question, plant questions, somebody might ask a jhalla question कि आपका मजाक बना रहे हैं or something like this, right? You know that typical clown, जो class clown है ना, उसी ने हाथ ऊपर किया, आपको पता है ये तो मुझे embarrass करने वाला है अभी. So you would not point at him. You would point at the person that will have the planted question, right? So it just saves you face. The next super important thing is your door prize. Your door prize में ना एक तो चीज़ें आपको याद रखनी है. The door prize has to have some type of branding about you. सो अगर सपोज कोई किताब है तो किताब में अंदर आपकी इंस्क्रिप्शन है कि दिस बुक चेंज माई लाइफ एंड आई होप इट चेंजेस योर्स, गुलराज शाहपुरी. हैव समथिंग दैट रिमाइंड्स देम ऑफ यू. It could be a mug, it could be a cup, it could be something that brands you. It cannot be something that is completely a forgettable thing कि कोई cheap सा vase दे दिया आपने. Because the second thing about the door prize is make sure you don't cheap out. This is a prize that you are giving as an honor कि आपने मुझे मौका दिया है बोलने के लिए, and I have talked it. So honor the person by giving something that अगला भी कहेगा यार this is one classy guy. I mean, this is a nice prize and he's put some thought into it. I've seen door prizes as ridiculous as कि बीकानेर वाले से भाग के बस वो ले लिया, कोई पेठे ले लिया or something like this. Nobody remembers. खा पी के खत्म. I've seen dumb things like this, right? So now one thing I can help you out with, and we'll create this for Tajurba. Right now I just had my own version of this, so I couldn't. But इसमें ना, this is a marking scheme I have. It's called presenters evaluation. इसमें 11 points हैं, totaling up to 100 score of 100. If you want, I can mail this to you. Make sure your presentation meets this criteria, and इसको rebrand करके तजर्बा करके ना थोड़ी सी चीज़ें change करके we'll probably circulate this with everybody. It will be part of Tajurba and the IP. Why? Because ये अगर आपने हर चीज़ को nail कर लिया ना, this is कई की चीज़ें out of 15 points हैं, कई की चीज़ें out of 10 points हैं. If you nail this properly, you are going to be a superstar. You cannot go wrong in your presentation after this. So this is something that I use for any presentation I do ever. मैं अब last minute पर ना अपने आगे ये रखता हूँ, देखता हूँ am I meeting all of these criteria properly. जहाँ भी मैं अपने आप को low score देता हूँ ना, I need to work on that minute. I improve that and then I go to my presentation. Something I use that saves me, and I think it will save you a lot.